home is your biggest investment. And around Pittsburgh, nobody protects it like a neighbor who's been doing this for over 30 years. Bella Construction. Family owned, fair pricing, free inspections. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and doors. Done right the first time. Serving Irwin and the Pittsburgh area since 1995. Call 724-515-5163 or visit mybellaRoof.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Beyond the Bylines with me, Tim Benz, and Joe Starkey. Every week, 8 a.m., right here at Trib Sports. We are brought to you by Bella Construction. While I'm out here at the hunting and fishing cabin outside of St. Vincent College in Latrobe, just down the road in Ligonier, your home deserves a contractor you can trust. Bella Construction, roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and doors. Family-owned, serving Pittsburgh since 1955. Call 724-515-5163 or visit mybellaRoof.com. Joe, what do you think of me and nature?
I thought you were on vacation there. I'm happy for you, Al. You look today, for the first time in a while, you look bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, optimistic, happy. So there's something about Steeler camp that really works for you, and something about that frame. You framed in nature a happy camper. What a great line that is. What a great description. I'm happy for you.
Well, you say bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. It's bright outside right now. Can you hear the thunder in the background? Can you literally hear it rolling in?
No, I thought I heard a rooster at some point.
There was a you know what? He went cockle-doodle-doo right at 8 o'clock as we were coming on. He timed it up perfectly. He hit his mark. He hit his post.
Where's Adamski? Does he not get up for practice?
He's not awake yet, I don't think. But do you want me to walk you inside anyway so you can see the deer heads and the turkeys?
I would like that, yes. At
All
some
right,
point. You want to do it now?
Yeah, I should just do it now. And maybe that way
How'd you guys discover this place?
I found it on Airbnb when we were trying to figure out what to do after COVID.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you two get along okay? You and Adamski, you eat breakfast together, you talk at night. What happens?
Yeah, we go to Starkey's and then we come home. See, there's one of the turkeys that they shot and killed and put on a wall. And then there's some bass. The people that own the cabin.
I hope you don't have something hung up of Gormy the Owl. Is he still alive?
Gormy the Owl is coming on right after you. He's the next podcast. Here, look, here's the deer heads. Here's the deer heads right here. Whoops. There's a couple of them right there.
That's a 5-point buck right there. I used to take those calls at the Valley News Dispatch. People would call in and I'd answer the phone. They'd say, I just shot a 5-point buck. I didn't even know what that meant. What is a 5-point buck? But there it is.
Yeah, that guy has a neck. That guy has a neck condition like Broderick Jones.
Yeah, that doesn't look good right there. The least they could have done is straighten his neck for his photo opportunity, right?
Yeah, here's some more bass if you want. There you go. That's Billy the Big Mouth bass.
You got one of John Sebastian Aubin?
Did John Sebastian Aubin ever make $32 million while he was a Penguin?
No, if he did, Barrasso would have attacked him even more.
Yeah, the difference is Jean Sebastian Aubin was a little bit more acclaimed than Ville Koivunen was, for crying out loud. Did you get that news on the air, and did you think it was a misprint?
Yes. I thought it was AI. I thought it was somebody, putting something out there that was false just as a joke. Well,
I thought the funniest thing I saw in that was something AI generated. Did you see the fake cartoon of Ville Koivunen changing the numbers on his contract when Kyle Dubas took a phone call?
That's pretty good. It was supposed to be.
That was the funniest thing I saw.
Yeah, 8 weeks for $4. I'm stunned at that. Aren't you?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I can't believe they gave him that much money. I mean, seriously, what's this guy done to get $32 million? I almost thought they regretted trading for him, and now they're rewarding him with a giant contract.
Yoey had a great tweet about the longest contracts in Penguins history. It was like Mario, Letang, Malkin, Yager, and Ville Koivunen. What happened here?
Yeah, it's like the Mount Rushmore. Gee, who are you going to leave off of this Mount Rushmore? I guess it's got to be poor old Ville. But this is like, I thought the Novak thing was long. I thought Novak was a little much. And then they went off and pulled this.
I guess he's looking ahead at the market and thinking about second, third line guys. I don't know what. I'm speechless. I was like this. I was babbling yesterday on the air. I don't even know what to say about it. He obviously thinks that at some point, Ville Koivunen is going to be a great bargain. Is he an NHL player? That's my question.
They've never seemed to think so. I mean, the best compliment I have heard about this guy has been at the AHL level. He plays like Brad Marchand, but nobody makes that comparison at the NHL level. You know, he's passive and doesn't have the grit and grind that he tends to show at the AHL level. There's some theory out there that he just needs confidence. So I guess $32 million will buy a lot of confidence. I don't know, but unless this portends that there's going to be a deal for Rust or Raquel, and they're going to move one of those guys out, and then Chinakhov is going to go play with Crosby, and then you have like a line that has multiple and Koivunen, I guess it could make sense. But if they come back as currently constructed, I would imagine it's Sid playing with Raquel and Rust as usual. And then I don't know why else you keep Tommy Novak for 3 years and $4 million, unless he's going to play between the two guys that he thrived with last year. And when I say thrived, I use that by his standards. And then what do you do with Koivunen? He's on a third line is that what they're hoping to get out of him? I don't know. For $32 million.
He's not even listed on anybody's preseason depth chart right now. I mean, is he going to be a $4 million farmhand? Is he going to go to Houston in the expansion draft? What's
I saw Seth put that out. Yeah, Seth put that out.
Did he?
Yeah. One thing that crossed my mind on this. All right. So if I'm trying to look for the positive in this, is at least this ownership group is willing to spend money. Like, you know, one thing that people were questioning, especially when it was taking so long for the deal to get done, when we had heard about these guys for 15 months, was do they really have the nickels to rub together to buy this team? And then when they bought the team, it was, okay, have you put so many chips in that you are going to kind of play on the fringes and not necessarily throw money when you need it? Well, they're throwing money when they don't have to. Neither of these two deals were necessary, and they did them anyway. So if they're willing to spend on these guys when there's big fish to get, I would imagine they're going to be willing to spend there too.
How much was the Novak deal worth?
Wasn't it like 4.65 over 3? I think it was 4.65 per year for 3 years.
So they've sunk they've committed $40 million to Tommy Novak and Ville Koivunen. So yes, if they're willing to put that kind of money there, what won't they spend on? Let the Koivunen and Novak era begin. Novak was invisible in the playoff series.
I know.
He was -7 in the first 2 games or -5 or something. And Koivunen, nobody even knows if he's an NHL player. I was thinking about this yesterday. Like in the immediate moment, the only other Pittsburgh sports contract that came to mind that stunned me as much, I guess, was Jack Johnson, when I was like, does Jim Rutherford owe somebody a favor? What has he done here? Does any other one come to mind for you in terms of sheer shock value?
Nick Herbig and Darnell Washington.
But at least Nick Herbig has done something in his sport at the highest level.
Yeah, he does have 7. He did have 7.5 sacks last year. And I know for sure he's going to be a starter next year. So if you want to talk about like what the market is now versus what the market is going to be, which is where we started this whole conversation about why Dubas might have done that, I can apply that logic to what Kahn did to a certain extent with Herbig. I still think it was a little fast when you didn't have to do it yet, but I get that premise being applicable to Herbig. Nobody was worried about Ville Koivunen hitting the market, regardless of what the market was going to be. Like, we're trying to get out in front of the market. That market could have been back in Finland for all we know for this guy.
Right. Well, let me say it again. I don't even know, and I don't know how they could know if he's even an NHL player. He's going to be the highest paid player in Wilkes-Barre Scranton history. I know that.
He can buy the team bus, let alone riding the team bus. Hey, speaking of being out here at St. Vincent College, did you hear Mike Tomlin's opening salvo against the dorm rooms at St. Vincent College on NBC last night?
I did. It was tremendous. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought that was funny, and I thought he was great. Did you?
I thought it was okay.
just okay. He was funny.
Yeah.
He was quick. He was poignant at times. I thought the Hines Ward defense for the Hall of Fame was great. The argument for the Hall of Fame. Was it Rondé Barber? He was talking
the
about playing with
stories.
one.
Yeah, the stories in Canton when they went into the Hall of Fame. He had the two good ones with Dungy and Barber. Those were good.
That was powerful stuff.
The golden ticket thing that they did with the Hall of Famers, like pick a guy and stump for him. He gave an impassioned plea for Hines. I thought that was good. You're right on that. I thought they put him in a real bad spot with that walk and talk with Bryce Young. I thought that's just not something he's ready to do yet. And it looked like it was thrown together at the last minute. He's in a suit, like the guys that do, like, those are executed well. ESPN does that bit with Jay Billis when they walk the 90 feet with college basketball coaches or players, and like, that's like after a production meeting when Jay shows up for shoot around. That's when you do that. And like for Tomlin's first day, he's not in the interviewing position. I think that's the thing that comes last. They asked him to do it on the first day. That just seemed kind of clunky to me. There were just not the specific things that he said. There were just some fundamental formatic things that he still's got to get his feet wet on that made him okay. But I thought the most intriguing thing he said about was when he was asked about McCarthy coaching the Steelers, when he said he's right for them and they're right for him. And I do like, I did you notice at the end of that comment when he kept talking a little bit, Mariah Taylor asked him a follow-up or something like that. And he said words to the effect of continuity is important and they're set up to be okay. In other words,
I did see that.
I left the cupboard full. Like it was
right.
Basically, he's setting up for somebody down the road to say, wait for it, Mike McCarthy won with Mike Tomlin's players.
All right. That'll be true. I would love to see that happen, and I'd like to be the first to use that line and not credit you if I do. Well, it was his debut, Tim. It was a Hall of Fame game. I thought he was funny, quick-witted, fun, entertaining. He didn't look like he had deer in the headlights type thing going on at all. To me, I liked his interaction with Fitzgerald was funny.
He did a good job on that, I thought, because when Larry Fitz started to get emotional, he managed to keep the interview on the rails without being pandering about it. Like you could tell Larry Fitz was sort of getting choked up talking about his dad a little bit. And Tomlin jumped in and said, I knew your dad and interacted with him when I was in Minnesota. Great. He just kind of brought it back in without being dorky about it or being goofy or like kind of making things worse by hugging him or like putting his arm around him. Or, he kind of brought it back to TV, but was still sentimental and was still sympathetic about it. So like, I did think he did a good job on that.
I give him an A- for his debut. You?
B plus.
Well, there you go. So he did well.
I didn't get the Game of Thrones reference, but he said the Game of Thrones, everybody dies in the NFC West. Well, somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to win the NFC West. Actually, you know what? Arizona, Carson Beck looked a lot better than I thought they would. How'd you think Kenneth J. Pickett looked?
Forget about Carson Beck and Kenneth J. Pickett. How about Keaton Slovis? He stole the show. What was he, 10 for 11?
Haynes King.
10. Slovis might be the best quarterback in the league right now. I want to see, what's his name, make a comeback? Nate Peterman. We'll have all Pitt quarterbacks out there.
Isn't Max Brown on the ACC network now? Isn't he calling games?
Pat Bostic, we know him. He's gone on to great fame here with
Look at this lineage of great Pitt quarterbacks. And here we are saying there were no great Pitt quarterbacks before Kenny Pickett.
Right. Alex Van Pelt has gone on to a career of great repute. Billy Stull is a great guy, lives in Pittsburgh.
Let me throw this at you.
What?
I want to throw this at you because I was doing radio yesterday and I was kicking this around with Zeiss, who's seen a lot of Pitt games in his day too. In the Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium era, is Larry Fitzgerald the greatest Pitt Panther that's played there?
It's either him or no.
I think he is, but it's a tight race. It's a tighter race than you think.
And I'll tell you who's in the what?
Revis? Maybe.
Are we talking NFL career or strictly Pitt career?
Pitt career.
Revis was great. He was penalized because people just stopped going after him. So I don't think his pit numbers were as great as they could have been. But obviously, I mean, he's Darrelle Revis.
Donald?
I think who?
Donald?
Yeah, Aaron Donald, Fitzgerald, and the third guy for me, I don't know if people would include him, as Shady McCoy was unbelievable.
That's who we talked about. Actually, that's who Paul said because of his 2007 season alone, because he handled so much of that burden.
He handled all of the burden. He was one of the greatest college running backs I've ever seen.
And there's the rooster again. Can you hear him?
Yeah. Nobody's going to shoot the rooster, are they?
No, he goes nonstop. I get up before him though. I'm usually up before him, and then he usually starts at about 6:45 in the morning and doesn't stop.
How close are you to the actual football?
To the game, to the practice, like St. Vincent?
Yeah.
6.5 miles.
6.5 miles. Very good find by you. Do you
we
make
like it out
breakfast
here.
there for Adamski?
He makes oatmeal for himself. Adamski, big oatmeal guy. I don't know if you knew that.
Never knew that. What do you have for breakfast?
Whatever treats are around. Today I had an orange scone that I brought from home.
Very nice.
Orange, cinnamon, and raisin. Yeah. Hey, by the way, I want to thank you for offering up a trade for me. That was nice of you to play radio general manager on the other day.
Everybody's getting traded these days. I thought you to the station maybe for city limits, and he could jumpstart his career elsewhere. He's champing at the bit to have a bigger role.
Well, if I vetoed the trade initially because I don't want to be paid a producer's rate. I want to be paid an on-air union rate. We are a union shop at your station, correct? You are also in SAG-AFTRA, is that right?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Are the producers?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe.
Yeah.
They must be. If you go on the air, don't you have to be?
I think so, but that was a murky conversation the last time I had it with our hardcore union rep, who I've never met.
Well, we'd find certainly you would have a prominent role if you replace city limits.
But if you traded for me, I would not be as interesting as Lake Bacher. Did you see his interview with Hannah Mears where he revealed that he was a ghost hunter?
Yeah, he's chasing getting batters out right now. That's the problem right now. This is the Pirates are such a disaster.
It's so bad. It's like, Joe, this is a last place matchup between the Mets and Pirates for 3 games at PNC Park this weekend. It's last place versus last place. They're behind the Reds now. This is now about not finishing last as opposed to getting the last wild card, which it was just a week ago at the trade deadline.
I think it is about not finishing last if Ben Cherington wants to save his job. So people might say, well, if they finish last by half a game, that really makes the difference in whether you bring him back or not? Maybe, because the optics of that, the fact of that in a season where the stated goal by Travis Williams, I might add, was postseason or bust to finish last in your division. Come on. Is Luke Weaver here? Is he on the team?
Okay, I was on the air yesterday in the afternoon, so I didn't have the volume up watching the game. But I was losing my mind because I think it was the last time we were on, we were talking about the concept of ups and how warm-up pitches now count to your pitch count. So they got him up just in case they advanced the game into the 9th inning. But did they burn a day out of him? Like if an up counts as a day, is that one less day he can actually pitch now? Because you got him. If you wanted to use him, then use him in the 8th and then have Yates be the guy that you maybe bring in the 9th. Like, I would agree. I was asking myself the whole time, is the guy even here? Is he healthy? Is he able to pitch? And then they're warming him up for nothing. And as we all know, after what happened a week ago, that counts as a day. So it's one day less you get Luke Weaver now.
I don't think he's ever going to pitch for them. He's just going to warm up in the bullpen and then go.
He's a ghost, and Lake Bacher can find him with his ghost busting equipment that he has. That was one of the most fascinating interviews that Hannah Mears has ever done. The guy was like wide-eyed. His eyes were this wide. He had Tanev eyes with excitement talking about his ghost hunting equipment.
I did not see that interview. I'd like to play it on the air today if that's possible.
It's fascinating. It's on Twitter. You can just find, somebody posted the whole thing on Twitter. Have you ever been ghost hunting, by the way?
No, I went on a ghost tour once in Cape May and freaked out in the middle of it because I started to think it was real. So I just left. I left the ghost tour.
Oh,
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do not believe in ghosts, no.
No.
But if Lake Bacher is on board and he's going to exercise some ghosts, maybe he should swing through Atlanta. This is where Sid Bream slid across home plate. Put your ghost detecting devices there and exorcise the demons. At least do that for us before you get spun off in a trade in the offseason.
Can he find the magician's bat if he can find ghosts? The magician has pulled the incredible and made himself disappear. He strikes out every time he comes to the plate. It's incredible. It was all
about power and plate discipline. And the last, I guess you got to couch it a little bit, but he didn't play yesterday at all, right? He didn't get into the game at all, I believe.
I don't know.
He was 11 of 13, not reaching base. No, I'm sorry. He was 0 for 13, and 11 of those were strikeouts.
Yes.
No, he did have 6 walks. So, I mean, he's still walking to get on base, but I think in an effort to avoid how pitchers are pitching around him, he's expanded the strike zone, and now he's swinging at everything, and he's just completely off. He's something like 2 for 26, I believe, since he got hit by that pitch against Arizona.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. Everybody's slumping. The whole thing is falling apart. As I wrote the other day for Trib Live, by the time Ben Cherington addressed the bullpen was no longer the issue. The issue is the lineup and the rotation, and Paul Skeens in the rotation. I mean, this is
Did you see his interview?
Disaster. What did he say? Who interviewed him?
Well, I saw it from a guy. I know the guys at DK posted the same video, but the video we used on the air was from a guy who I guess covers Milwaukee for MLB.com. He posted all 4 minutes and 30 seconds of Skeens' interview, and he keeps pulling a Matt Murray. You know, like Matt Murray would say, I thought it was pretty good except for those 3 goals I allowed. You know, like you give absolutely no context as for why the goals were going in. It was just everything else was okay, but then you ask him, all right, well, what happened on those goals? I just didn't stop the puck. Well, they just got hits. They found grass. You know, like he actually said that I thought it was a pretty good outing except for the 4th. Well, what about the first when you burn 23 pitches off your pitch count and you walk the opening batter on 4 pitches? You know, like, and Kirchin had the numbers too on ESPN. His changeup is getting hammered because it looks like his fastball, because there's only like 4 miles per hour differential anymore. His fastball is so down. That's where the velocity matters. It's not getting guys out with the fastball. It's what the breaking ball doesn't look like now.
Yeah, and he ditched the splinker, which was one of the most devastating pitches in baseball history. That's all that was. And he ditched that for a conventional changeup. And they ran another number the other day on runners in scoring position. And I think that
was the other one. Yes. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Just bearing down and making big pitches at key times. He's just not doing it. And when you look at culprits, I think I'm going to talk about this later today. The Pirates season's basically over. I mean, it would be a miracle to me if they made the playoffs right now. Who are the people most responsible for that? Did you just get attacked by a flying bird?
No, I didn't, but hold on. It's the thunder has started. Hold on.
Oh.
It's raining.
I hear
outside.
it
now. That was me moving the table.
I hear it back in Pittsburgh.
It's a pretty big front moving in. We might actually get inside the new indoor facility today here at St. Vincent College.
You have any ostriches out there?
No, I don't think there's an ostrich farm out here. There is, if you go for a walk up this way, there is like a sheep farm or like a couple cows and pigs that are up that way. Llamas? I haven't seen any llamas. I saw a donkey.
I think nature really suits you well. Sometimes in Pittsburgh, you're very uptight and you have a lot on your mind and your schedule's busier than anybody I know. Seeing you in nature is quite something. I think it suits you well, and I think you and Jamie should get a house where you should like a lake house.
Well, you know what I did? I'm glad you brought that up. All right. Well, there's a perfect segue.
Yeah.
So I'll use this as my Trib treat because I want your insight. Mm-hmm. Usually in our Trib treats or our Friday free for all, you know, somebody has wronged you. Somebody has besmirched you. Somebody has you've been in an aggrieved party in something. Okay, so this is what we went to Lake Erie a couple weeks ago. Her family has a place up there. So when we go to visit them, we get an Airbnb kind of in the neighborhood, right? So we rented an Airbnb. 10 days after we check out of the Airbnb, we get a notification that we've been billed an additional $250 because the owner of the house is claiming that we broke a floor tile.
What?
And she sent a picture of the floor tile. It's at least 10-year-old flooring. She admitted that. It's probably older than that. It's by a floor drain in the bathroom. We don't remember breaking this tile, but she's trying to bilk us for $250 because she's got a busted floor tile. And while we were there, the power went out, and she had some dude come in to fix the breaker box. He had to walk through the bathroom area to do it. And we're the ones getting paid. He probably did it.
Let's put her on blast. What's her name? Let's go. I love
I don't know.
Airbnb dispute.
Have you ever had one of these? Have you ever had to settle an Airbnb dispute because of damage in the home or anything?
No, I haven't. I'm looking forward to it based on your experience.
Dude,
how does it resolve? Does it resolve in court?
No, well, yes, Airbnb court. Like there's a panel of experts. There's sort of an arbitration set up at Airbnb or something. Like she submits a claim to Airbnb. We reply. We have replied. I wrote a legal dossier that was sent back. I did the opposite of Fauci. I don't know what the opposite of the fifth is, but I just poured everything into this and sent off this email screed back to them refuting these claims. And I'm just wondering who Airbnb has on their arbitration panel to decide if this is to be paid or not. Like, wouldn't you like that job? Like, you probably get, 10 of these a year? And when a juicy one comes in, you're like, oh, good, we get to play God. We get to determine who wins this.
That's the way I feel right now. I'm enjoying this. And, man, that lady didn't know what she got herself into. The bulldog, the bulldog known as Benzie. This is bad for her.
What's your trip treat?
She's going to feel like Tomlin at a news conference by the end of this thing.
$250 for one floor tile by a drain. There was rust and erosion all around it. You got to be kidding me. What's your trip treat?
Pizza Hut. I can't believe that it still exists, but I'm glad it does. I just can't believe it. I mean, 40 years ago, I was walking into Pizza Hut and going to a salad bar back then and getting the thin and crispy pepperoni pizza, and it's the exact same recipe. It's the same pizza. Like, things evolve over time. Things that even were familiar change. M&Ms aren't the same. But damn it, Pizza Hut is still the same. After all these years, I still enjoy a good Pizza Hut pizza. Do you?
It's okay. It's like Tomlin. It's okay.
Tomlin's debut?
B plus. I had forgotten that Pizza Hut had a salad bar, though. I had completely forgotten that.
Well, I don't know that it does anymore. That I used to enjoy the salad bar. Now when I go in, it's for a takeout pizza. I don't sit there. Or for a delivery, quite frankly.
Who used to have a salad bar that was ahead of its time. And I don't know if you ever grew up around them or if there are even these kind of restaurants around here anymore. Did you ever go to a Roy Rogers?
Oh, yeah. They're still on you go out on the, the turnpike.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the turnpike ones have them, but the Roy Rogers that was around me where I grew up had an epic salad bar. So you'd get biscuits and 3 pieces of fried chicken and then feel better about yourself because you made yourself a salad.
Yeah, and the biggest secret in town that I almost don't want to give away because I feel like then I'll ruin it is Eaton Park Salad Bar to go. It's unbelievable.
It's legendary.
They give you a giant container and you get 5 meals out of the thing. You can go in on a Sunday and get your whole week's worth of lunches from one salad bar. They have things that aren't even salad. They're macaroni salad and little treats like that. I walk out of there with a bag like I feel like Gertie on Lobster and Steak Day at training camp.
I was just talking about that the other day. Lobster and Steak Day with Gertie. And then you could be like Caboli and just put a giant Eaton Park cookie in your mouth all at once.
There you go. You know what else is addicting? You know what else is addicting that I have to stay away from now because they're so good? is the Chick-fil-A Chick Minis in the morning.
Oh yeah, on the biscuits.
Those little biscuits. I could eat 100 of those things, and I almost did yesterday. And
Did you try them with honey? A little honey on top of it. Little honey on top.
There is a little bit of something on top. The way they make the biscuits is addicting. We're all addicted to everything because everything everybody makes or puts on TV or our phone is designed for our brain to become addicted to it. I could just live under a bridge eating what are they called? Chick-fil-A minis. I could just live and die there.
You're giving away all this free pub for fast food restaurants. We should turn this into a sponsorship right now. It's the greatest pitch we've ever had. Hey, what's your Friday free for all?
My Friday free for all is it was going to be Luke Weaver, so I'm going to have to switch on the fly here. And whatever happened to Luke Weaver? Is Luke Weaver ever going to pitch for the Pirates? Instead, I'm going to do it on Rico Dowdle. How he's become the darling of camp, and I can't wait to watch him run. Have you talked to him yet? I want Rico Dowdle to be a star here.
Yeah, he's fairly engaging. I mean, as an interview, he's not Luke Bacher with ghost hunting equipment, but he's okay. Yeah.
Did Luke Bacher bring the ghost hunting? Did he have the actual equipment with him?
No, it's not like he was showing Hannah the equipment. He was talking to her about it, about like you put this little device up and it's got an antenna, and that's apparently something that the ghosts can come and touch. And if they touch it, then it goes bonkers. You know, it's like he should just go to find Tom McMillan in Gettysburg. He knows where all the ghost tours are.
Something's mildly concerning about this. Have they brought in a guy who's okay? Is he capable of?
I think he's fine. Yeah.
I mean, I know he's giving up home runs, but is this a distraction? Is he actually out chasing ghosts?
Well, no, because she did ask him. Part of the reason the conversation came up is because of the Pfister Hotel. There's that haunted hotel in Milwaukee that the teams refuse to stay at now because they're all scared of it. And he said, he kind of dismissed that, like, that's old news. I don't do that. And that's for junior varsity ghost hunters. That's not real, true ghost hunting. Before we go, I got to do my Friday free for all, and that is,
please.
All right, because you brought it up yesterday. The best Van Morrison song of all time for me is "Into the Mystic," and then "Down to Joy." What's yours? Is "Into the Mystic" as well?
"Into the Mystic," yeah, that's number one by a long shot. And then "And It Stoned Me," which is how that all came up. Is what, you know, all these years wondering what jelly roll means, and it stoned me like jelly roll. What? But that turned out to be a famous jazz musician and heroin addict named Jelly Roll, who died a long time ago.
I like that Dom was as put off by you not knowing who Jelly Roll was, the current Jelly Roll, and just as you were put off by him not knowing who Carly Simon was. It was like the very definition of your age gap manifesting in one conversation right there.
Yes, it was.
Jelly Roll and Carly Simon.
I was just thinking maybe Luke Bacher can summon or Lake Bacher can summon the original Jelly Roll, right?
Yeah, exactly. Then you could get your answer right there. Hey, what was Van Morrison doing when he was singing about you? Now that Lake has gotten you to Pittsburgh, let's have a conversation here on 93.7 The Fan.
Maybe he can summon some old Pirates here, and they could actually play for the team. That would be.
Well, you know what I'd like? Trick. Hey, we got to do this before we go. Last thing, we'll sign out with this. You and I have to put in. Before they're all gone, you and I have to go in together to get Akron season tickets so we can be the offensive coordinator for a series against Robert Morris.
Man, that is a great promotion. He's got to give them. He's got to give them a menu of plays, right? He's got to give them a menu of plays that they choose from. They can't just draw up a play, can they?
I don't know. Like, that's what everybody's doing. You know, everybody's doing the oop-de-oop from Varsity Blues and, you know, the annexation of Puerto Rico and all these other things, movie references. But apparently they're sold out of their suites. Like, the people have already, like, they are so far ahead of their season ticket package. The suites are sold out. Everybody is in on this. Barstool picked it up. The McAfee show picked it up. They're all turning it into a thing. Everybody can you about this, Joe? This is all I want in my life is to have the first play be a 9-yard gain, and then on the second play, you and I send in a play where the quarterback takes a knee for a 2-yard loss. And then on third down, when it's 3rd and 3, we call it the Canada. And then the quarterback pitches backwards 4 yards to have the running back run wide to get 3 yards. We'll just call it the Canada, and or we could throw short of the sticks once or twice. That would be the other thing that I would want to do. We got to throw short of the sticks.
Or we could run the Artie play, and we could bring in Jonnu Smith for the tight end around.
That's right. I don't know who Akron's tight end is. Can they run an end around right into the?
Now, are you insulted by this if you're Robert Morris, or no? It's all in good fun.
If I'm Robert Morris, like I'm playing, I'm affixing our university to this. I'm diving onto this any way I can. I'm getting the residue of the good publicity. I'm playing along, and if I'm Bernard Clark, who played with Jesse Armstead or Michael Barrow or I think Russell Maryland, I'm getting these guys extra eligibility, and I'm putting them on the field. Or
what? You know what would be a great counter move is for Robert Morris to let a fan call the defenses. That would be unbelievable.
Well, Kevin Colbert's on their board. Maybe Kevin can bring in Dick LeBeau or Dom Capers or something like that and have them be the defensive coordinator for the day.
That'd be something. They should counter this move.
I'm steering into this if I'm the Colonials. I am just taking whatever comes my way as far as good publicity goes. So
I love it. It's a great idea.
And Joe Moorhead is the guy who's in charge there. So Pittsburgh guy. So it's going to be
fabulous.
It'll be fun to watch. All right, Joe, appreciate it. I know you got to go. You going to Monroeville today?
No, just into the studio. I don't know who's going to be there. I never know if Bob's going to be there until right before the show.
Joe is off into the Mystic. Best of luck to City Limits on his trip to Vermont to win the wiffle ball tournament. Keep us updated on that as well. Joe is off next week. Good luck with the trip to Charleston. Enjoy the moment. Get in around to golf. Start apartment hunting because I know you're going to wind up there eventually for the next couple of years. Your sabbatical at the College of Charleston. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. And by that point, we'll have a preseason game to talk about here on Beyond the Bylines.
Thanks, Tim. And be sure to look into getting into nature more. It really suits you well. Look at that framed photo of you. You look like a new man.
Getting into nature and getting into ghost hunting.
See ya.